Welcome back to Hannity. So, as we explained in tonight's opening monologue, the Obama administration, they knew about Russia's possible election interference. They did nothing. And over the weekend, President Trump, he weighed in on the issue. He tweeted out, quote, "The reason that President Obama did nothing about Russia after being notified by the CIA of meddling is that he expected Hillary Clinton would win, and he didn't want to rock the boat. He didn't choke. He colluded or obstructed, and it did the Democrats and crooked Hillary no good." Joining us now with reaction, the author of the brand new book. It's part of a series, unbelievable background information about our framers and founders and the great philosophers that inspired them, rediscovering Americanism and the tyranny of progressivism, the great one, Mark Levin. Before we get into specifics, Mark, I want to stay on this issue for just a second. 11 months, Russia, 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 Russia. Turns out there's no evidence of any collusion. Obama was notified in August of 2016. He didn't want to rock the boat because he thought Hillary had it in the bag. Now, with this knowledge, what should we take from that?
Well, first of all, I think now we do have proof of collusion within the Obama administration. The various departments and agencies involved in intelligence and law enforcement colluded to cover this up and keep it from the American people and obstruct our knowledge during the course of the election. If they really thought that Donald Trump colluded, don't you think they would have put out this information way back in August? The president is exactly correct. They figured Hillary would win. They sat on this information. Then they put it out near the end of the election in order to try and help her. And Hillary Clinton goes on and on with collusion. The Democrats pick it up. And now, for some God reason, we have a special counsel. I think that special counsel, Mr. Mueller, ought to consider expanding his investigation to include the prior administration, to include their activities with the Russians, to include their activities to cover up for Vladimir Putin. And while he's at it, he may want to include domestic surveillance, which I believe took place, and the unmasking of American citizens, perhaps some of the Trump transition team members. So, by my count... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mark, you're right. I mean, what happened to General Flynn was a crime, a violation of the Espionage Act. I've talked a lot and at length about unmasking, surveillance, and leaking of raw intel. Then we have Hillary. You know, it's incontrovertible, the evidence she committed crimes here. And if you want a real Russia collusion story, it's the Uranium One deal, where she gave 20% of America's uranium to Putin, and
but
she
Sean,
got kickbacks from the foundation.
I think we have a new Russian collusion story, which is the collusion within the Obama administration to cover up for Vladimir Putin. Whatever the reason, that's what they did. They kept that information from the American people in the course of a presidential election because they thought it would help Hillary. They certainly weren't trying to help Donald Trump. Now, it seems to me we honestly need to get to the bottom of the real collusion. Now we have collusion. The Democrats should be excited. Collusion's been found. It's among them. And I think we need to get to the bottom of it. We have obstruction, potentially, real potential obstruction, with the former Attorney General of the United States, Loretta Lynch. So, by my count, Loretta Lynch, right? By my count, we have potential collusion, right? By my count, the Democrats have a problem on their hands. Hillary Clinton was criminally investigated, too. So, my attitude about this is, you want a special counsel? Now, Mr. Special Counsel, when you're done hiring every liberal Democrat in Washington, D.C., you might want to reconsider what you're doing and take a look at the prior administration.
You know, we have a shared belief. I call it, there's a silent coup going on in this country, and these forces aligning against the president. You have your own way of saying it, Mark, and we've got these real problems. We also both agree that America's at a tipping point. We better get it right now. And what they're doing to destroy this man is unprecedented in history. And this goes to the heart of your book. Is that one of the things I love about your books is, number one, your passion for the Constitution, our country, for our framers, founders, but not only that, those that inspired them come shining through. They all warned about deep state. They all warned about the size and scope of government. Explain how that fits into the narrative you're advancing in this book.
Well, look, the problem is when you look at the media and Hollywood and education in our public schools and colleges and universities, when you listen to Democrats speak and a lot of Republicans speak, you reach the conclusion, if you understand history and you dig into it, that the progressives have won, that we're in a post-constitutional period. We don't even talk about the principles that made this country great. So what I try to do in my own little way is take them on. Take on the progressive masterminds. Take on the attitude in our government. Take on the attitude in our media for people who are interested. You know, the fact is that if you ignore the academics and intellectuals, you know, people, their eyes roll over and they say, ah, forget about it. You ignore them, you lose your country. Because they're the ones that drive the politics. They're the ones that determine whether you're free or not in every society. So I take them on. There's a difference between being an elite. We like elite sports players, elite chefs, an elitist who is a put-down person or tries to control you or something of the sort. And Sean, from my book, I put down a short list of the difference between those of us, Americanism, and the others, progressivism. These are the two forces, one liberty, one tyrannical. We believe in the Constitution, they believe in centralism. We believe in individualism, they believe in conformity. We believe in private property, they believe in collectivism. We believe in prosperity, they believe in redistribution. We believe in the separation of powers, they believe in this all-powerful administrative state. We believe in eternal truths, they believe in ideological social engineering. We believe in cultural stability, they believe in constant transformation. I'm getting there. We believe in real science. They believe in social science. We believe in the rights of man. They believe in the power of government. We believe in a moral order. They believe in situational ethics. We believe in liberty. They believe in a growing authoritarianism. And we believe in education. They believe in indoctrination. Finally, we believe in the civil society. They believe in the federal Leviathan. There couldn't be any bigger difference between them and us. And they rely on the philosophers, Marx and Hegel and Rousseau and others, which I talk about. I won't here talk about at length. We rely on the great Aristotle and Cicero and Locke and, of course, the Founding Fathers. This is a debate that we must have to get our principles back, to get our liberty back, to get our republic back, because it's been taken away from us.
Well said. The great one, Mark Levin, right after the break.